This is the Stabby Road Podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome again to another episode of the Stabby Road Podcast, a podcast where 4 generations of horror fans watch 4 generations of horror movies with one particular theme, and then we discuss and chat. Today we've got a special one because it's just the one movie, so it's just 4 generations of horror fans watching one movie. Before we get into that, there's a couple of things I've got to talk about, and that is this December 19th is another one of the Scared for Your Life horror film festivals. We have again this year partnered with them. So if you have a horror film that is under 30 minutes, or if you have a horror screenplay that is under 30 pages, please go to Film Freeway / Scared for Your Life. That is LIIFE. And submit it because we want to see, particularly also because it is around the Christmas time, we want to see, would love to see some of your Christmas horror. So if you've got some Christmas horror, definitely throw those in there. And of course, don't forget to use the promo code STABBY2026 for 20% off your submission fee. That is STABBY2026 for 20% off your submission fee. All right. And also, did we just say it? No, we said it off camera. We are now also. You can now watch us on you can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on Spotify or anywhere you get your podcasts. And now you can watch us on Strong Island TV, which is on the Roku channel. We are there every Saturday night at 11 p.m. after 2 really cool, I'm guessing, royalty-free horror films that come on before us. And then we cap the night off with a horror podcast.
Love it.
Okay, so the one movie we are going to discuss because we all loved it so much is Cory Barker's Obsession from 2026. This year, it only dropped maybe a month and a half ago, but it's been an incredible sensation in terms of box office, in terms of low-budget filmmaking, in terms of doing something that a lot of people have not done in a very long time. Right now, is it on the track to being the highest independent horror film of all time?
I think so. Something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Not already.
Yeah, it's very close to it. So we're gonna talk about that. Okay, I think between the 4 of us, we have a lot to say. So let us introduce everyone. We're going to introduce our guests for today. To my right is Stabby Tech Jake, who is Stabby Tech Josh's Stabby Tech brother.
I never appear on screen. I'm so excited, guys. I was so excited to appear on screen. I'm wearing my Bear Obsession sweater. I'm like so excited to be on camera.
I love it.
We just had this sweater, and I was so happy. I was like, wait, let me wear it.
He's gonna make a wish on the show.
I'm so sorry for my big weight. My wish is to be on every episode, and now I'm going to be tired.
And our other guest, who we are so grateful for, because we were trying to put this together last minute, and I wanted to have another person on the show, particularly a woman, because of the subject matter of Obsession. And I was like, let me see if she's available. And it was only like a couple hours, and I said, we'd love to have her. And I knew it was a couple hours away, and we were like, she's going to be busy. She's not going to be able to do it. And sure and behold, she was absolutely available. And so we are incredibly grateful. The great Beck Fordyce, thank you so much for being on our show. Woo! I want to plug a couple of things that you were in because I've seen them and they're so amazing. One, she is also, along with Sonia and myself, actually, are in Violet Hearts for Josh and Jake's film Violet Hearts.
Yes. Coming very, very, very soon.
Yes.
We're almost done.
We're almost done. But also, earlier this year, I saw a feature that she did with my friend Tom Corsiari, which is so fucking good, called Beautiful Pam. And it first off, anyone out there watching this right now, you can watch it on YouTube. It is now available to watch on YouTube. Beck, could you talk a little bit about that? Because I'm so enamored with this movie.
Yeah, so it was a film by a Gen Z filmmaker who I didn't even realize how young he was at the time of production. But J.R. Stokes was 19 years old when we shot Beautiful Pam in 2024. And the script really struck me. The subject matter has a very deep resonance with me. I know somebody that had a very similar trajectory to Pam, but didn't act on it. So it's like almost this alternate universe of this family member. But I worked with Tom, who's incredible, and it's a really kind of like a slice of life type of film that follows a queer sex worker in their final week on the earth and trying to reconnect with their 18-year-old son. I play the ex-wife Lauren, and Lauren doesn't have an issue with Pam because Pam has transitioned. She has a problem because Pam is self-destructive and a drug addict. And I want to keep my son separate from that because it's not a healthy thing when you're raising a child who's still in school to be exposed to that. So it's a film with a lot of heart. It's got a sort of an early like Harmony Korine or Sean Baker feel to the movie. So it's like very gritty, has a slice of life documentary vibe to it. But it's a really special film, and I'm so proud of JR. And I think that he's got a lot of promise, like these Gen Z filmmakers do.
Yeah.
Stokes.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned that because it's the weird thing going around on Long Island where that Josh and Jake were being called like the next Safdie brothers, but JR's been referred to as the next Sean Baker.
Is he
And
really?
so it's funny, yeah. So it's funny that you brought that up because, and then when you watch the film, you'll totally get why. You'll understand.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much that he's copying a style; it's that he, in such a short time in his life, has sort of very specifically found a voice for himself.
Yeah. But it's remarkably mature for someone at 19 to explore subject matter he's special.
Yeah. And before we keep going, of course, we have our fourth member of our club, and that is Sonia Holford. Sonia, hi.
Hi guys, what's
How are you doing,
up?
Sonia? I feel like we haven't seen you in 6 days.
6 whole days.
Six
Oh my
whole
god,
days.
you guys. What has happened since then? So much. Hi, what's up? The Shining was a blast. I'm excited for those to come out.
Yes, those
But
the first episode of The Shining will be July 11th. We have The Shining is going to be a 2-parter because we had so much to say about it. It's going to be broken up into 2 parts, and then we do the Shining miniseries, and then we do Doctor Sleep. So we're really excited about that whatever month that is, July. Okay,
but
and also now
excited.
we can also say very quickly before we get into Obsession. July 31st at the Necromantic Brew Company, we are having another live show. So our past live show was Rocky Horror Picture Show, which went fantastic. We were so happy. Beck, if you, for some reason you are in New York and Long Island on July 31st, please come down because we are going to be showing Jaws with a full crowd. It's going to be a great crowd. They were great last time because they came specifically to watch Rocky Horror. They came specifically to do audience participation, yelling out in just the right places and throwing the newspapers and all of that. It was really like watching the midnight movie version of it. So if you want to have that same kind of fun, don't forget to come down to the Necromantic Brew Company that is at 753 Main Street in Farmingdale. And Friday night, doors open at 7 o'clock. It's a Friday night, July 31st. Come down to that. Okay.
Our first Friday. Yeah.
Our first Friday, yes. We did so well on a Thursday, they actually want us to come in when it's actually more crowded. So I guess that's a good thing. So, Obsession, Curry Barker's film. There's a lot to say about this. I think there's a lot to say about infatuation. And I'm not going to say crushes. I'm not going to say crushes when I'm referring to Bear, because I think a crush implies.
I'm curious if there's
something very different.
There's another term I want to throw around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And you can. Infatuation is a little more clinical, I think, for my taste. And I think I'm going to, whenever I refer to what Bear is going through, I'm going to say the word infatuation. With Sarah, I may use the word crush because that's a little bit different. But I'm going to go around the squares and see what people think about this. I'm going to start with our esteemed guest who is living in Philly. Beck, what were your thoughts on this?
So I really, really hated Bear by the end of the movie. Yeah. And I really think that it was a kind of like talking about like horror taps into what we're afraid of, and it
Mhm.
really highlights incel culture to me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the thing that really made me hate Bear was when real Nikki was begging him to end this. And instead of him listening to her for help, he's like, "What's so wrong with being with me?" So I
Mm-hmm.
thought it was a really powerful film talking about the manosphere and incel culture and people feeling entitled to
Right.
somebody. And
Yeah.
the nice guy trope can be really toxic. Like
Uh-huh.
Sonia's met people where they insist, but I'm a good guy. I'm a nice guy. And they can be some of the most destructive people that feel that they're entitled to a woman
Right.
because they've created an idea of her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
But I loved it.
yeah,
Fantastic.
yeah. And I'll get into this a little bit later. I think there is a difference between being a victim and labeling yourself a victim.
Oh, 1,000%.
Yes.
And I think
Yeah.
once you label yourself a victim, it's very easy to justify a whole bunch of things.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I'm
Ooh.
gonna get into that in a
I
little
was gonna
bit,
say, yeah, which he does.
which he does. Yeah, you know,
But to just keep repeating the cycle. Yeah.
right.
Yeah, oh, for sure.
Yeah,
It's almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy once you label yourself that way.
Absolutely.
yeah. Because I think real victims of anything, but particularly of abuse, wouldn't particularly do what Bear was doing, and
Yeah.
we'll go into that in a little bit.
Mhm.
And you know, again, you know, this is just to jumpstart our conversation. So, I'm sorry. So, Beck, did you have anything else to start the conversations with?
I mean, apart from what I said, I really think it's exciting seeing these YouTube filmmakers that are taking it upon themselves to put their work out there and, really getting people back into the theaters. I think there's really something to be
Yes.
said about. And I think that there's something also to be said about how people approach, particularly, people getting into filmmaking just to make your film these days. And I think
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
there's some really cool conversations about indie filmmaking and just the fact that this got people back into the movie theaters and there's no IP around it, there's no sequels,
Right.
there's no reboots. This is an original story. So I think it's exciting that original stories are getting people back into the movie theaters.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
1,000%.
and you're right. It's all about the story because like it certainly buried big budget films like He-Man and or Masters of the Universe and other like large budget films that were tracking to make all this money and didn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
whereas with Obsession they had to postpone their digital release
Yeah,
because it was doing so, and it still is doing so
so
good
well, yeah.
in the box office.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I'm really glad for uh, Obsession doing what it's doing. Sonia, I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
leave you for last because I always love what you have to say, particularly when it comes to subject matters like this. So I'm going to move to Jake.
Ooh,
Your thoughts
awesome.
on this?
I can't wait. Well, first of all, I didn't know what it was when I went to go see it at the theater. I think I'd heard the title before. I didn't know it was a horror movie. I didn't
Oh,
see a
shit.
poster and I didn't see a trailer. Stabby Tech Josh was just like, "Hey, do you want to go see a movie?" And I was like, "Sure. Which one are we going to see?" And so we were like, "Well, let's go see Obsession." And we saw it with our friend, and I had literally no clue what it was. And so I was excited. I sat down, and like the
Damn.
Blumhouse logo came out. I was like, "Ooh, it's a horror movie. That's great." I was really, really excited about that. And then the movie starts playing out, and then the One Wish Below thing comes up, and I was like, "Okay, I get the gimmick of the movie. That's fun." And he makes the wish. I forget exactly how it was. He was like, "I wish Nikki Freeman would be like obsessing more than anything." He
Right.
breaks the One Wish Below. And then the movie just goes like dead silent for a second. She's like standing there on the porch. And I got so uncomfortable immediately. Already. I was like, whoa, cool. I was like, is this what we're doing? First of all, the movie looked gorgeous.
Mm.
And from the
Oh.
opening moments, I was so like locked in. I was like, this movie looks freaking gorgeous.
Yeah.
I can say fucking, right? This is an adult podcast. I just
Oh,
really
yeah.
like saying freaking.
Hell yeah,
It
it
looks
is.
so fucking
It is.
cool. And I don't
Yeah.
know why I censored myself. But the immediately, first of all, what I want to say is I'm dancing around because I don't want it to sound a certain way. What's so compelling about Bear? There is a patheticness to him that is really, again, I want to make it clear, I had no idea what the movie was. Like when you first see him, I did feel so bad for him. I was like, oh, I've been there. Like he wants to say the thing to the girl he likes, and I was like, oh, it's just not coming out right, or it's not the right moment, or any of these things. And as the movie progressed, and this, in my opinion, is a true testament to the actor. Michael Johnston was his name?
I believe so.
He really kept a consistent, compelling nature to just how he was. Because that is such an easy character to lose along the way of the movie. And rightfully so. Like, if you lost him and couldn't follow him at all, that is not at all unreasonable. But there was such a, maybe likability is the wrong word, but he just was he was sweet enough and he was compelling enough to watch that every time he made a choice, I was like, dude, stop what you're doing. And it was really just a beautiful, it was a beautiful film about, and this is something I haven't heard many people talk about. As soon as I got maybe 2/3 of the way into the film, I was like, oh, this is a beautiful allegory about people who get into a relationship before they're ready for it. And it's it at its most extreme, right? And so like he strings this woman along, right? And she becomes in love with him. And she gets obsessed with him. And he's not meeting her at that same level. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, I have so many friends that have gone through this. I have so many peers that have gone through this. Where, again, it takes it to an extreme level. But I love that it really did feel like this big metaphor allegory for you wanted to be in the relationship. You were excited to be about a relationship. And as soon as you get everything you wanted, you weren't ready for it. And you just strung this person along. And now they're the ones that are hurting for it because you got their hopes up, you got their feelings up, and you're the one kind of cutting their strings down. And I loved that. Obviously, it got to the end, and I didn't really know where the movie was going the whole time, but I was just so in love with the entire time. And I will say, when I first saw it, I think I was one of like 5 people in the theater. And then I wanted to take my girlfriend to go see it, which was maybe a bad idea. That was a very big mistake. If you're listening and have a girlfriend, don't take her to see it. That was a bad idea. But when we went to go see it, I was like, sure, we'll go see it at 1:00. And we had to wait till 3:00 because every screening was just sold out. And I was like, really? I was like, okay, fine, whatever. I was like, we went to go see it at 3. We sat down. Every seat was filled. It was a sold out screening. And watching it with a crowd is literally, that's been one of the best like modern experiences I've had watching a film with a crowd. People would cheer, people would laugh. And then when people were silent, you could hear that silence. Like anytime she would just like snap between the two Nickies, and our audience would freak out about it. It was a great theater experience. And I'm so glad, like you said, like it's doing well. People are still going to go see it. Like there's still screenings near us selling out. And it makes me so happy to see people getting like really obsessed, like going to the theater and experiencing it with a crowd of people. Like it became this water cooler movie kind of out of nowhere. Like the first week it was like, hey, did you see Obsession? No, what is that? Second weekend, have you seen Obsession? No, but I'm taking my friends to go see it. Third weekend, have you seen Obsession? Yes, I'm going to go see it again. Like it just kept climbing and climbing. And I'm so proud of not only everyone involved, but I'm so happy people are still going out and seeing it. I've seen it, frankly, 3 times. Like I'm just so obsessed with seeing it, seeing the filmmaking, and just following the story and characters. I loved it so much. I didn't mean to ramble there for a second, but I was feeling
too.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point.
Yeah, absolutely. Sonia, what were your thoughts?
Hubs and I went to go see it. We weren't sure how an audience might affect it, so we went to a 9:20 a.m. showing on a Saturday morning. There was one other couple in the theater with us.
Oh my God.
We're just in case, like we don't want, if people are rowdy or talking, we didn't want to take the chance. I mean, like, what other word is there? I'm obsessed with it. I've only seen it once. I want to see it again. It was beautifully shot. Like everybody, the cinematography is stunning. The characters are incredible. What's her name? Indy Navarrete is Nikki
Incredible.
is
It's something
Yeah.
else, dude.
unreal. Like I am so excited to watch the progress of her career after this because oh my god, she's just gonna blow up. I also have been talking to people about how excited I am that it's proving to, big budget studios that are trying to cut costs everywhere and, Netflix mergers and blah, 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 that people will pay money to go see in the theater an original story if it's good.
Absolutely.
Like, this is not some kind of miracle. Like, this is just proof that it can happen if the quality is there. So that has made me super happy. I don't know. I love that about the horror community. It's just like, there's a certain rallying almost like, yeah, we got to go support this and show up and show out. So I love that. Obviously, I walked out going, comparing it to Companion. I don't know how many, if you guys have seen
Oh, I
Companion.
can see that. Yeah. I think this goes.
I'm here.
Yeah.
I am here for this incel nice guys are the bad guys moment that horror is having. And yeah, it was very real in that sense. The idea of I had gotten out of a bad relationship recently where it was like the idea of losing yourself to keep the relationship going. So like every day Nikki is losing more and more and more of herself to try and sustain it because like Jake, like you said, he liked the idea of a relationship, but once he's in it, he's not ready for it and he can't handle it. I love that. I absolutely just the entitlement. Yeah, the entitlement of well, I am a nice guy, so I'm just going to take it and in my personal experience those have been the most dangerous men are the ones who genuinely think they're nice guys.
Yep.
Those are the most
That's what I was
dangerous.
talking about also in terms of when you label yourself as this victim, there are things that you can justify doing.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the world has been cruel to me. I deserve this. My cat died. I deserve this.
Right.
I'm not a bad guy. I don't rape people. I don't kill people. I'm a
Right.
good guy. Yeah, it's that whole thing. And the word I wanted to bring up, I was trying to find the exact definition. God, I hope he doesn't listen to it. This happened with me recently.
Right.
And not a crush. I don't know if you guys have ever heard the term limerence. It is an involuntary state of intense romantic infatuation or obsession characterized by intrusive thoughts, so overwhelming desire for reciprocation and emotional highs and lows depending on the other person's perceived interest.
Right.
So
Wow.
you're fantasizing constantly, you're projecting your own fantasies and desires onto this other person. And then if they don't meet those desires, you're furious, you're depressed, your life falls apart. It is very intense and it is very one-sided.
Yeah.
So
in doing
that
some research
really,
today, I came across that word, and it was actually the first time I had heard that word, and it's very accurate,
yep.
particularly for this movie. Yeah.
And it's scary. I have like attachment issues myself, so I've like kind of caught myself doing a little bit of it over the past few years. Like if I meet somebody new and I get excited about them, having to be like, let's not already fantasize about being besties and
Right.
like writing music together and doing this kind of, so I have to detach. But when you don't realize it's happening, it is so easy to get kind of head over heels and fall down the rabbit hole. And I actually had a client had that issue recently and I had to like send him a YouTube video about it. Like, hey,
Right. Wow.
this is not what this is. This was never what this was. And you knew that going in. So we need to fix it. It's interesting. I had never heard the term either before that, but when I looked it up, I was like, oh yeah, that tracks. And
Yeah.
yep, Bear is just projecting all of his fantasies of who he thinks Nikki is onto her without it actually being her.
Yeah. Yeah. Because there's a lot of this starts from a level of loneliness, right? And what I love so much about the beginning is that you are, as an audience member, are kind of lulled into being on the side of Bear because the first time you see him, he is lonely and he wants a girlfriend. There are things you don't pick up the first time you watch it.
Yeah.
Like when he's practicing with, which is, I thought, hilarious, the waitress.
Yes.
The waitress, yes.
The advice she gives him is legitimate advice.
Yes.
It's actual advice. But when Ian steps in and gives him advice, it's very controlling. It's very incel, very mansplaining.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And he goes with that. He goes with that
Absolutely.
advice versus
Yeah.
someone who listened to his spiel or his pitch
Yeah.
as a woman and was able to then give him a critique, a legitimate critique, which he didn't. I'm not listening to that because that makes too much sense.
Yeah.
And doesn't involve me. And I
Exactly.
think, and when you are lonely and when someone gives you the slightest amount of attention, and I mean, I've been married 30 something years, so this has not happened to me since I was a teenager, but when someone gives you the slightest amount of attention, it's very easy to mistake that for, because now someone is giving you attention. Doesn't necessarily mean they're interested in you. Doesn't necessarily mean they have anything other than kind intentions.
Yeah.
And
Which, as a woman, happens all the time. Where you're that fine line of if I'm too much of a bitch or I'm too nice, and they're going to assume I'm leading them on. It's it's.
And I'm sure. I mean, I will take your word on that because it doesn't happen to me, which is a weird privilege on my part. If that makes any kind of sense. And when this happens, right? It's very difficult for some people to distinguish the difference between infatuation and love. Because infatuation now becomes an idolized or an idyllic concept of what love is: holding hands, running through a field, sharing soda together, eating spaghetti the way those two fucking Disney dogs do. You know what I mean? That's not, which is not what.
Lady in the Tramp.
Yeah, okay.
Wait, is that their names? I've never seen it.
Is that
I didn't know that. I've never seen it.
Lady in the
No,
Tramp?
I haven't seen. I watched. I didn't.
Oh, Jake, it's so good. Okay,
I always felt like there's a really great important scene, and I think if you're not paying attention to it, you might throw it away. It's when they leave the bar in the beginning, and Nikki goes over to that homeless guy and gives him money.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's love.
Yes, I was going to bring that up.
That's what love looks like.
Yeah.
Right? Versus...
And Bear's just watching her like,
right.
so dreamy.
Right. The homeless person is completely incidental to him. It's just him watching her going through whatever she's doing.
Exactly.
And then, depending on how you were brought up or whatever is wrong inside your brain, you can at some point accept that is as infatuation, or if that person reciprocates, you can have that develop into love, or you can become Bear, which so many people do. And
people put people on a pedestal, and they're not prepared for what happens when they fall off.
Right.
With infatuation, it's like it's this unattainable standard that you hold someone to.
Yeah.
That no one can ever. And then the minute they fall off and don't reach that, it's not, I don't want to say like earth-shattering, but it's very confusing and overwhelming to the psyche of the person who is infatuated.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly. And again, when you label yourself a victim, it's very easy to go get your one wish. What is it called? The one wish willow. The one wish willow, and say, I want Nikki to fall in love with me love me over everything. Yeah. Snap. Which, by the way, I don't know if this has anything to do with anything, but the instructions were to snap it and make the wish. He makes the wish and then snaps it. I don't know if for any reason if that has anything to do anything, but it was just something I noticed that he did the exact opposite. I don't know. I have no idea. Unless that was just a very simple way of saying this is not going to go right, or this is not a very subtle way of saying this is not going to go well for you. Yeah.
Interesting.
But yes, but yeah, if you want to maintain that infatuation, then why not make a wish to have complete autonomy over another person? Yes. It's which is what happens. Which is essentially what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the flawless version of you I have in my head that will never do anything that I disagree with. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I love that he was inspired by the monkey's paw episode from The Simpsons as well.
Yes, I heard him say that. That's so funny.
So obviously I had to bring that up. But when I watched it, I thought, I wish I had a monkey's paw.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw the trailer and I remember being excited, but not really getting an idea. And then I saw the poster and I was like, oh, okay, I see what we're doing. Yeah.
The trailer's great because I saw it in the movie theaters and I was just like, oh, like it was just the phone call in the car, which I think is actually the most terrifying part of the film.
Yeah.
When he's like, do you want to talk to her? And you hear her screaming.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it was the phone call.
Yeah.
The trailer. And then you just see obsession. I don't think you necessarily hear the screaming part.
Right.
But it basically, when you hear Terry Barker with the voice on the end of the phone, and saying, you know, doesn't really work like that. You can't take your wish back. It's like, oh, it's a monkey's paw story. I love a monkey's paw tale. And not just because of The Simpsons. I read the book when I was young. And I was like, careful what you wish for.
I'm so glad you brought that up because here's a bit of a surprise I have for everyone.
Oh.
I was able to track down that number. The customer service number.
Wait, no way.
Stop.
I have not played it, so I want to see. We're gonna play it now.
This is gonna be so lame if it's nothing crazy.
Is that the Nikki number with the ads?
Wait, what? Shit.
Do we have to say something to it?
I'm trying to make you get read it. Most people don't. You need further. Not much I can really do. But
that's great.
Brilliant.
That's
brilliant.
cool.
I love that.
Right. Excellent marketing. Excellent marketing.
That's
very cool.
so funny.
That's funny. Yeah. Because I was like, is this number real? And I just kept Googling and see if I could find it. And the funny thing was, the company is Tabby Cat or something like that. Mm-hmm. It's not the Willow is the name of the product, but I think Tabby Cat is the name of the. Which also there's this weird sort of cat theme running throughout the whole film. But there's a Tabby Cat support group headline, but it's like it's literally for kitty litter. It's not. It's a different company altogether. And I was like, this is an obsession, unless you're obsessed with kitty litter.
I wonder if that was like a commentary on the whole men tend to not like cats as much because they are more independent and don't just blindlessly love you kind of the way dogs do.
Ooh.
Is that maybe where some of the cat theme comes in?
I had a weird theory that Nikki might be the dead cat, which I think is stupid, but there's there that Nikki becomes the soul of the cat because that's the only character that will ever love Bear. And like,
I like that.
Watching him sleep. I don't necessarily buy the theory, but it's an internet theory that's going along. And they said that the cat on the One Wish Willow. Like
it definitely makes interesting points. Yeah.
And
it's
the way
fun.
Watching him sleep in the corner and the way she moves and she creeps back. So it's an entertaining theory, but that Tabby Cat note has been circulating the internet.
Oh, wow.
Being like, that's because she was a cat.
Wow. Which, by the way, the scene
I like that theory.
where she's watching him sleep, crazy creepy. Because
terrifying.
You would think, like, you know when you hear the words "fool me once, shame on me," "shame on you, fool me once." I did the exact same thing. There's a scene very similar to that in Hereditary.
That's true. It's just
and I was like, so you would think I would have known by then, like, oh, there she is in the corner. But no, I didn't.
Dude, it took me, I don't know why, my eyes always take like forever to adjust to dark things. So like when it cut, it was like relatively bright because of like the window and it cut to that like wall. And like my eyes were like adjusting for a second. I just like, look, center, left, right, center, back to right. I was like, oh, wait a minute. I was like, Bear, wake up. She's right fucking there.
Yeah.
And it's like a solid few seconds before she says anything or moves. And then when she just like steps out and moves, I was like, fuck me. What is this?
Yeah.
It's
terrifying.
Absolutely. I have not been scared by a movie in a while. And I wouldn't say I was like scared. There was a few moments where I was scared, but I was just so fucking uneasy the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know what was going to happen. Every time she would like short circuit, I would literally like grab the arms of my chair. I'm like, I don't know what she's about to do. I don't know what she's about to do. Especially like when they're all like when he takes her to the friend's party and they're all having like a nice little time, and she doesn't short circuit at first, but she goes on and reads that poem that she's been writing.
Right.
That freaking poem, dude.
It goes on and on and on, and I was sinking into my chair. I was so uneasy. And then she just like breaks up. It's a fucked up story.
Yeah.
And then she's like,
such a fucked up story.
And she's like, oh, or whatever. She's like, I'm just kidding, guys. Like, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I've seen theories about that too.
The deglove your arm and roll it into a Swiss roll and shove it inside me, brother. Like, what?
Yeah. Actually, when she said that, my first thought was like, "That's how the climax. That's going to come back in the climax," but it didn't. I was very
for that. I'm so happy that wasn't in the climax.
But there are some theories about that too, where is that she does think of him as a brother, old Nick.
And that's like old Nicky coming through,
right? And so allowing that to happen, and he's like perfectly fine with it. It really sort of introduces, somebody points the predatorial finger at him in the middle of the party.
I like it.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought of that. I like that a lot.
Yeah,
that is a great.
That's really good.
Yeah.
Also, just a small thing to bring up that I think is so funny. I won't say there's a lot about the movie that's really funny. There's
some undertones of humor in it. Yeah.
I didn't know what it was at first. When I was first watching, there were parts that like genuinely were getting me to laugh like out loud. And the moment, it's a little messed up, but it's also just so fucking funny, is when they're playing the game they're playing?
Jenga.
It's like a Jenga block game.
Yeah, it's like a Jenga block game.
But it's like fortune Jenga.
Yeah, it's like weird fortune
Jenga.
Yeah. And it just says like, kiss the person to your left or whatever, and the camera slightly tilts to Sarah. And when she stands up and there's that hard cut to her face, she's making the most like kindergarten frowny face, like, boy, I have a crush on is kissing someone else.
I don't know how she was able to pull that off.
I've tried doing the
I've tried it in the mirror and I can't do it.
It's so good, but it's so funny. And then the pettiness of her walking over, because first of all, when she grabbed her chair, I was like, oh my God, something horrible is about to happen. Yeah. She pulls it back and then just gets to his left. It's so fucking petty. It's so funny. And then, yes, horrible things then later happen in that scene.
Right.
But she's so good in this movie.
She's incredible.
And I do want to say all the performances are really, really great. Hers is rightfully the most talked about. And I also just, it's so good. Because she's so sweet in the beginning. She's really, really sweet and human. And then she has to carry that weight of like devolving to just this monstrous almost automaton with like one singular emotion.
Yeah.
But you'll have to snap between one big purposes and emotions. And it's
that to me is what made also like the scene where Nikki's sleeping and he gets up and then Nikki originally
the actual Nikki,
kill me. Because you don't really think about it. You're like, oh, that's creepy, that's kind of gross, but you realize she's aware of everything that's happening.
Yeah.
Otherwise she wouldn't say kill me.
Yeah.
She's like, she's like a passenger just helplessly watching everything. Yeah. Which is so fucked up to think about, like, especially, when they're in bed. And
happening to your own body. And
Yeah. And just having absolutely no control of it.
Yeah, and is she the one, like, purposely trying to hurt herself to make herself less attractive to this guy?
Yeah.
Just so that it can stop. Because they do establish that there are times that she peeks through, which is when she was screaming or when it's clearly she does something that's out of character of the creepy Nikki.
Yeah.
Or stalker Nikki or whatever.
Yeah, because she always creepy Nikki then apologizes every time after like, I'm so sorry. That was silly. I like that. That's like real Nikki breaking through, just like pleading for help or trying to make anyone like, this is fucked up. This situation is wrong. Someone pay attention. That's cool. I like that a lot.
That's why she told the stories, like the fan theory, is because she's trying to get to a way. 'Cause she puts some little clues in there. It's like
Yeah.
something like from the wish from a willow or something like
Mhm.
that. So that I've heard that, because she is a writer, that's what she wants to pursue.
Mm.
That the story is trying to reach Bear, and there's this constant struggle with
Yep.
her and the thing that's controlling her body.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it is so cool.
Yeah.
God.
Performance.
Which again, when you said, like, that's another great moment too. When she says she's a writer, when she tells him in the beginning she's a writer, and she says, "What are you
Yeah.
writing?" He said, "I'm writing a love story." And he goes, "Oh, you mean like a romance?" She goes, "No." And you
Yeah, I
realize
love
they
that.
have two
Yeah.
very different
Yeah.
ideas of what love is.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know,
I also loved, and it did not occur to me until long after, when I was like looking at stuff online, that his name being Bear
fair.
is
Yeah.
like the man versus bear. I was like,
Right.
whoops. I
Right.
don't know
Or
how that
that-
one went over
or
my
that-
head, but yeah.
Yeah. Or that bears are kind of adorable at a distance
Yeah.
until you get up close to them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, depending on the bear, and he happens to be that.
Yeah.
He happens to be the one bear that you don't want to get close to.
Yeah.
Love it.
But
Ugh.
Yeah.
it was cool the way they subvert the audience at the beginning because, like when his cat dies, I'm like, oh, poor guy.
Yeah,
And,
100%.
he's muster up the courage. And I got mad at him by the time he's in the car. And it's like, you had your opportunity.
Uh-huh.
She even is like, do you like me? And he doesn't have the courage to say it. And it's just like,
He's such a coward of a character.
Yeah.
yeah.
I thought for sure the moment after Nikki kills Sarah, that when he drives up out to the overlook where he is, I
Yeah.
thought he was gonna drive off. Like when
I
he
did
opens
too.
Sarah's acceptance letter. I thought, like, okay, this is your moment. Like, end it now before it gets any worse. But he still couldn't do it. He
Right.
still couldn't fucking do it. He's a coward.
Yeah. He looks a lot like Bruce Campbell as well, don't you think?
Oh, I can
I
see
can
that.
see it.
I
Yeah.
like a young Bruce Campbell look to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's funny. I can absolutely see that. That's so
Yeah,
funny.
the guy's chinny, but he looks like Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
I can totally see it.
I'd love to
Yeah,
talk a little bit about Ian and Sarah, because they
Okay.
have very interesting roles as well. I mean, Sarah clearly has, and I'm going to use this word now because I don't think it is as clinical. Sarah has a crush on,
Absolutely.
and
Agreed.
but again, when you look at when I was talking about before, where you have this lonely person and someone shows you some kind of affection, it can easily be read the wrong way.
Right.
Whereas Sarah has a clear crush on him, but doesn't really do much about it in front of him. So
Yeah.
he doesn't see it. He doesn't, like, there are little things he'll do, but like he doesn't pick up on it because he's not transfixed on that.
Well, I don't think he's seeing
Yeah.
the nuance of how people feel about one another.
Exactly.
He just sees that Nikki is nice to him.
Right.
And in his brain,
Mhm.
he sees that one thing and mistakes that. Like you said, like he said, like, are you writing a romance? She said, no, like he mistakes that one
Mhm.
thing and that one feeling.
Mhm.
Sarah feels a whole array of emotions for him.
Yeah.
Even like,
Yeah.
criticizing him when they go back to work and she's like, hey, like, I don't know
Right.
what's going on or what game Sarah's playing with you.
Yeah.
Like, there is this big, complicated nuance to how she feels, but because it's not just that one feeling that he's locked on
Right.
or locked in on, he doesn't quite
Yeah.
recognize that.
And in his head, he probably he's like, there's no way she likes me, because he's projecting the way he behaves. Like, if she liked me, it would be
Right.
so obvious.
Absolutely.
Because she has a healthy crush, a healthy, like, normal crush.
Right.
And she does not feel entitled to his attention or to
Right.
his emotions.
Right.
Like, he's like, no, that there's no way she would be behaving like this. She would be behaving like this.
Versus like subtle things like, I just got my letter from the college and you're the first person I want to
First person.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm so happy nothing bad happens to Sarah. She was one of my favorite characters. He's so sweet.
Yeah. Jake he went to the bathroom.
Yeah, I went to the bathroom like 15 minutes before the end. Did something happen?
Yeah, he was like, oh, that's ending great.
We're doing great, guys. This is a great movie. I was like, this is probably
happily ever after.
this is
It's
wrapping
fine.
up. Let me run to the restroom real quick. I came back. The credits were rolling. I was like, guys, this is so sweet. Nikki moved on. It's beautiful. No,
But yeah, I like the idea of Ian almost like kind of representing like the kind of red pill incel sort of culture, like almost like, 4chan chat room, basically. Like
Right.
he's almost the
100%.
embodiment of this kind of idea and this kind of
Right.
person. Yeah.
Yeah. Or the fact that he was
did-
secretly sleeping with Nikki,
The whole time.
the whole time, and the fact that he could have ended things.
Yes.
But instead wished for $1 billion. So it shows
Yep.
that how self-centered he is
Yeah.
as a person.
Yes.
That he generally didn't care essentially about either one of them.
No.
Correct. Yeah.
And
they were just
and not just not caring whether they live or die. That was the whole point of him coming over. Like, we both need to live here.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there's
I could give him a little bit of slack of being like, there's no way this is real. But if your friend who has been clearly demonstrated, like, something is not right, with him and Nikki, and like, why would, if you don't think it's real, why wouldn't you just
at least
do the
play
thing
like
he
that?
asked?
Like, you saw what you did at the party.
Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, just too selfish. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm sorry. I loved how unceremonious his death was. I'm not gonna lie. Just and we're done.
I was like, oh god.
Yeah. The camera.
I love that.
No,
out of focus.
Out of focus from the back. I was like, oh my god, I guess he's dead.
Yeah.
Because fast.
I forgot about the line earlier in the movie when they talk about Sarah's dad having a gun at the shop.
Yeah.
I fully forgot about that. So when she just pulled out the gun and shot him, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, Jesus Christ.
I forgot about that too. Oh my god.
I didn't realize until the second time I watched it. I was like, what?
Nice.
And my girlfriend was next to me. She was like, what? And I was like, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. Again, terrible mistake. I should not have seen it with her. That was really bad. We were silent for like 3 minutes after the movie ended. We just walked out of the
3 minutes after the movie ended.
I didn't see it with,
and I didn't see it with someone. Yeah.
Oh,
I saw it with my husband, and we were both like, "Fuck, that was awesome." We were doing a double feature of that and then Backrooms, and
sick.
We leave, and I go to the bathroom, and I'm like, "Do you have to go?" He's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay, I'll be back." And I'm gonna love you forever. So like walking, like we were like, yeah, let's go. This is our movie. Yeah. No awkwardness whatsoever. He was like, yeah, Bear was a dick.
Great.
Yeah.
Bear was a dick. I'm not arguing that.
Oh no, I know you're not. It was just I was like, yeah, we're perfect for each other. Yeah.
That's so sweet.
And I think one of the things we don't like, no one ever touches on. I mean, some people do, but like, what happens even a half an hour after that movie finishes?
Yeah, what happens to Nikki? She goes to jail.
No, there's no like
She's traumatized.
They're gonna find Ian. They're gonna go to his house. The house, they can't get in it because $1 billion would fill an entire house.
Yes.
And it would be falling out the window. So some people in that neighborhood are lucky because they're gonna be just raiding that house.
Yes. I think I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I think Curry Barker talked about this. He said that like in his next movie, there's going to be like an Easter egg, like newspaper headline or something that says something to the effect of like, yeah, girl goes to like prison for the murder of 4, something like that. Yeah. And it's Nikki.
God.
And I was like, yeah, that's probably how that would go.
Yeah.
I was like, she has
her fingerprints.
She has no defense.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
No.
They made 2 endings originally. So they shot one where Nikki died and one where she lives. And they decided that for her to live is actually more devastating.
Worse.
Yeah.
Oh, it's way worse. It's so much worse.
Yeah. And, you know, obviously, if they see all of this happen, like, they're going to put it and blame her. And she's going to
it's so bad.
She's also had something horrible happen to her body. She's been basically battered and abused.
Yeah.
And now, you know, her friends are all dead.
At her hands.
Yeah.
Technically, but
yeah.
Oh, that. Oof.
Yeah, they did 2 endings. And they also apparently offered him more to make Bear the good guy.
Yes, I did know this.
What?
And he tried to offer him.
When he was trying to pitch the film, they're like, you should make Bear the hero. And I'm like, what? And he stood by his guns. I mean, look, it paid off for him. But
it wasn't a small amount either. It wasn't a small amount of money. They offered him $2 million.
Holy shit.
That completely undermines the entire point of the film.
Yeah.
Good for him for being like, no,
Yeah.
Oof. That's ridiculous. My God. How could you possibly make him the good guy after all that?
It's
Like,
ridiculous.
oh, he finally kills himself and sacrifices himself.
Yeah.
After like what, 3 people are killed? 4 people?
Yeah, I know.
Oh my God, what a hero.
As a little side note, last night, Liz, my wife, and I were watching. She'd never seen a movie called Trilogy of Terror with Karen Black. And
Karen
have you
Black.
seen it,
Oh
Beck?
my God.
Have you seen it? Yeah. And it is ripe with like 70s misogyny and it's great. I love the movie.
Yeah.
But it is of its time. And I remember in the first story, and Becky would know it, it's the sheepish little teacher. She actually got angry at that because she was like, because it was the exact same thing. Somehow the guys who were like, for lack of a better word, rapists, were turned into the good guys, essentially.
Well,
my wife got
kinda
really angry at that, and rightfully so.
Even
And
Revenge of the Nerds is kind
oh
of
my God,
like,
yeah,
if you think about it.
Yeah.
80s me
Never
thought that
seen
was
it.
hilarious. I cannot watch it today. I cannot go back.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw
We've
it
learned.
at 35, and I had to say to the person I was watching with, I'm like, can we turn this off? I'm like, this is not aging well.
No,
I know
Mhm.
it's like an iconic 80s comedy, but I'm like, this is uncomfortable.
no,
Yeah.
yeah, it really was.
I think we touched on that too in what was it, Monster Squad? Where it was like, the like revenge Polaroids, the blackmail Polaroids of like the teenage daughter. We were like, wow, this has not. I forgot this trope existed. Right. Right.
Yeah. And the reason I even brought that up at all is that this is still a thing. You know what I mean? Like trying to make the incel guy the good guy. Like that there are still studio people out there that still think that's a viable way of selling tickets.
Yep.
And
I mean, unfortunately, that crowd is very easy to pander to. So,
but I think what makes this, I think what makes this so successful is there is a level of honesty to it. Yeah, and I think audiences bought into that. There'll always be room for like the Marvel films, and don't get me wrong, we watch Marvel films. We're gonna go see Supergirl this week, but that's not the only thing in theaters. If that's not the only way to go to that, the only reason I should say to go to a theater, we should be seeing things like this on the big screen. We should be seeing things like this communally.
Yes.
Yeah. And I think the reason, like you said, Rob, people buy into it too, is because Bear is a complicated character. He's not just this one shade of evil, like, and that's because nobody is. There's no just evil. There's lots of in between, and there's lots of nuance. I think that's what sells it. If they just made him a dick straight out the gate, I think people would have been less likely to hop on board.
Right.
Like you said, it's honest. It's like, no, he's not completely evil. He is a very, very flawed human who could use a lot of therapy.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's what Beck said. Like, if you take that dead cat out of the beginning, you lose Bear forever. That is a great, easy hook to get you on his side. He's like, oh, look at this guy.
And even then, something you don't really think about is like, how did the cat get into a bottle of Oxycontin?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. I've seen this 3 times. I have no idea.
Did you leave those out?
It's kind of an unanswered question that leaves you uneasy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't consider other people, so it would not surprise me that he doesn't consider his cat either. Like he takes a pill maybe when he's having a bad day and just leaves the unopened bottle on the kitchen sink or like on the bathroom sink. Yeah.
Right.
That was the best.
His grandmother's house that he took over, and like even if you
died.
Look at the
She died. Yeah,
like a grandma lives in there, so it says a lot about. He probably, like someone even said, I think it was like one of the costume designers who sounds brilliant, but she's like, I get the impression that Bear smells bad.
Yeah.
And it's like running things in the house and through a little bit of him. So I put it past him to just kind of leave it out.
Yeah.
Yes.
Careless, just overall careless. Yeah. Well, doesn't Nikki even says that like at like the night she comes home after the Willow, right? Like when she's just been possessed, she walks in and she's like, "It smells like you in here."
Yeah.
And He's like, is that bad? No, it's just you.
Yeah,
And I was
yeah.
like, oh yeah, that smell is probably not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, a bit musky.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh god, there's just so much to
There's
this.
so much to
Ugh.
this. Yeah, we could like we haven't even touched the cat ritual. The cat,
Sandwich.
The cat,
or
the
the
cat
cat
too.
sandwich.
Wait, I have to tell you, that was the best theater experience I've had in years.
Same here.
When I saw
We did not see it together.
we didn't see it together. No. I saw it once, and then the second time I watched it, knowing it was coming, the whole audience figured it out like 4 or
Same
5
here.
beats before they revealed.
Yeah.
The theater
Yeah.
screamed.
Yeah, they're like, ah!
They're like, ah,
Yeah.
ah. And it was so funny. My girlfriend was next to me. She was like, what? Am I missing something? What? And then they reveal it. And she was like,
Oh.
the look on her face. She was like, no, ew. It was
Yeah.
so good. I mean,
Josh and I saw it on a Thursday at 4:00, and we almost weren't able to sit together.
Yes.
Like it was.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
Damn.
And so that
That's
reaction
awesome.
with the cat sandwich was like, oh, and then you finally see the sandwich is clearly just a cat
Oh.
in between two pieces of bread.
Okay,
It's the fur. Oh,
this is what I'll say. That is the darkly, now being more familiar with his work, because I saw, what was it, his film Milk and Cereal before I saw it.
If you haven't seen Milk and Cereal, it's on YouTube.
Yeah, that is
great.
another great movie.
It's only is it an hour?
I think it's like literally like an hour, hour 6 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Understanding his filmmaking more, he has such a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
And seeing that scene for a third time, it is still really fucking disturbing.
Yeah.
There is just the smallest like dark humor to it.
Yeah.
That on the third time I was like lightly chuckling to myself. I was like, this is so fucked up, but like, oh my God. I wish I came up with that idea. That's so good.
So good. And just the way he handles it when he gets back to like, I'm very upset. You can't do that. Like
I know it's
that
so
moment of like, what?
Yeah.
And then he's like
freaking out.
I know. He's like, you can't cook the cat. And she's like, okay, honey. And she's like clearly in the bathroom just washing her hair. I burst out laughing. I was like, this is so good.
Wild.
It's so wild. It's like, oh my God. And then she's just like so careless, like, okay, honey, so whatever. And then the moment he's like, say, listen, I'm thinking of going to like this party, like just a guy's party, and the shower like slams off.
Stop. Yes. Oh.
And she's like, fine, I guess whatever. And he's like, no, you can come with me. And she's like, if you wanted me to go, you would have asked. Like, it's so good. Even like you can't see her face, and even through a door, her performance is so insane,
incredible.
And like, and him too. His performance is so much smaller.
Yeah, we have because we villainize him so much we forget he's actually done a really
good.
Yeah,
his performance is so small compared to like hers, and like, rightfully so. Like obviously she's allowed with that performance and role to go really big.
He's essentially the straight man.
Yeah, and like his performance, like laying the groundwork, like he's keeping it all grounded to let her like go running wild with it, and he's so good in it. He's so
I
good.
love the moment when he's trying to leave for work and she hands him the lunchbox and he turns and the look on his face, and we don't see it yet. He's no, that's okay. You stay home, enjoy your day off. And then it cuts to the duct tape door. Like, his face is so good. He's trying so hard to keep it together.
Yeah.
It's so funny. But that's the stuff, like, the music is horror. The visual theoretically is horror. And the moment is still, like, this weirdly, darkly comedic.
Yeah.
Him just, like, trying to open it and just, like the slight peeling of like you can feel the feel of each individual strand of tape.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, it's taking forever to get through it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It's so goddamn good.
Yeah.
Did you
before we go?
AI
Before we go.
the AI generated photo that they had with the caption?
No.
It says, I want to wear your skin like a sweater.
Oh my God, it was so funny. I was like,
and that's the caption. And I was like, but like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
Flip on the screen.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Oh, like a sweater.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's one of the montage scenes where you sort of see them like on the couch and there's like
okay.
and there's a picture and it says, I want to wear your skin like a sweater.
Oh my God. Jesus. I want to see it again so bad. Oh my God.
I want to see it again so bad. Just talking about it, I'm like, oh, I should go out and go see it.
Right?
Or
I-
haven't even touched on freaking poor Andy Richter.
Dude, so poor Andy
Oh,
right
yeah.
now. He's gonna come into work and all of his staff is dead.
His entire staff is dead.
Yeah.
His daughter's dead. Not only his daughter's dead, the CSI team is going to find an acceptance letter to a college in the
Oh, it's
car
so
with
sad.
So, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
right, and knowing full well, and he was so supportive of each one of those letters.
Mhm.
He's one of the people I feel most bad for. I mean, outside of Nikki,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
not to be told that the
Outside
other
of
people left
Nikki,
around,
yeah.
but yeah. But
Especially
like,
because
it's
he was kind
heartbreaking.
of clueless to all of it. It would be probably like the shock of it all.
Yeah.
You know? Oh
Yeah.
my God, that moment when he opens the letter, I was almost hoping it was going to say rejected. I was like,
I was
please
too.
don't.
And then it was, yeah. It was, that broke me. I sank in my chair.
Yeah.
That hurt. That hurt. Yep. Yep. Oh God, it's so good.
The director's cut, which has the more extended scene of
I did hear that. Oh,
does it?
Sarah's.
Oh yeah, because they had to cut it because
Yeah.
they almost had an
they had to
NC-17
cut
rating.
it. But, yeah, the
He
Oh.
just,
DVD
he
version
just kept
you do
going
wanna
and
watch
going and
Yeah.
going. I
Yeah.
think they had to come up with an agreed amount of times to hit before they cut the.
Wow.
It was a lot, apparently. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But it was interesting. I read that Inde Navarrete had to watch a lot of movies to prepare for the character, and you
Yeah.
can totally see it. They told her to watch Pearl. And my husband,
Yes.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see
Mia
that.
Goth would have been also really good in that role
Yeah.
too, but a little bit older now.
Yeah.
But you
Right.
can see that influence, especially when she's like, "Don't leave me!"
Yeah.
Yes.
Or the scene where he leaves and she just sits there smiling, frozen.
Oh, that was
which is
Oh
pretty
my
much
God,
the end credits
yes.
of Pearl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yep. Oh, and he comes back and there's
and
just
she's covered. Oh God, it's so gross.
Yeah.
oh, it's so bad. Oh my
Her. She's wearing her hair.
Yes.
the
Yes,
end.
I did know this.
Similar like the friend, but yeah, she scalped her. She doesn't have any hair, and she's wearing her hair. And she puts the fake tattoo on her and starts
Yes.
dressing more like her when she realizes
oh
there's
God.
interest. But
Yeah.
yeah, she scalped her. So that's where all the blood around her head is. The hair's
Oh
not the same shape.
Yeah. Oh my God.
wow.
Yeah.
I need to watch it again. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Alright.
I like had wow. I know I missed that bit. I think I was so shocked by the visual of Sarah's body in the kitchen, even though it was like that brief shot where I was just like, like what the fuck? I could like took me a minute to process. Oh
Yeah.
wow.
So
Okay,
yeah.
I didn't notice
So
that.
we can talk about this all night. We are it's about time we wrap this up. We've been talking for so long, and I'm so glad that
We're
we
like, oh, this will be a quick one. We'll just like half an hour.
It always works out that way. I'm like, it'll be a half hour tops, and then like it's an hour and a half show. So we had so much to say about this. I'm really grateful. We are not going to do Slasher Smash.
Yeah,
That's for the
that's
best.
fine.
Clearly
I
obvious
think that's for
reasons.
the best.
Yeah.
Because you'd also
Yeah.
pick there, right?
Yeah, I would pick
Okay,
that.
good. Just
Yeah.
as long as we're on the same
Yeah.
page.
At this point in time, I'd pick Andy Richter.
I was gonna say you'd also pick Andy
Yeah.
Richter, right? He came on screen. I was licking my lips. I was like, yeah, oh yeah.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to yet another episode. The end of yet another episode of the Stabby Road Podcast. We are so grateful that you have joined us and gone on this journey with us. Don't forget to like and subscribe us on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to now watch us if you have Strong Island TV on your Roku channel. Woo! We are Saturday nights at 11. And then after that, until the next episode, we're at like 2 a.m. You can watch us reruns of us after that until the new episode.
Reruns.
We're in reruns. We're doing reruns, man.
We have reruns.
That's so cool.
What?
Yes. Find us on Instagram. Find us on Facebook. Find us on TikTok. And find us on Dragon Wing. Dragon Plate. Blue Thunder. Blue Thunder. Am I right? Am I right? Come on. Oh, Blue Sky. Sorry. I never get this thing right. I'm never going to get this
I
thing
am making a compilation of that. I am making that. Oh.
Thanks. So thanks again on behalf of all of us here at Stabby Road. My name is Rob Graydon.
Stabby Tech Jake. Either
Sonia
or.
Hardcore.
And I'm Beck Fordyce playing
Thank you.
Celebrity Guest.
And thanks again, Beck and Jake.
Thank
our
you,
special guest
Beck.
for the day. We are so glad and
and
grateful for you
Jay.
guys. We cherish you guys and honor you guys, and thank you for coming back. And we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Stabby Road Podcast was created by Joe Senna, recording technicians Josh Graydon and Eric Todd. The Stabby Road Podcast is a production of Fourth Castle, all rights reserved. See you next week.